How are you today, Sergio?
Hello, Holly. I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. In fact, I just had a really what was it? A really nice big lunch. I was just taking a nap. I'm still having a hard time staying awake. It's like, "Wah."
Uh,
So, what time is
yeah,
it in Brazil right now?
in Brazil, it is 7
Oh,
o'clock.
okay. Okay.
So,
So, yeah. Yeah, 'cause it's just 2 here. So you guys in Brazil, you're only like a 3-hour time difference from Europe.
yeah, depend. I think it's for because now we are in the summer time.
In the
So
winter
you
time. Oh,
no
you're
for
summertime. Yeah, you
yeah
guys.
yeah, and for I think for okay, I was talking to Marina. Okay, it's 5 ahead for them.
Yeah,
Yeah, but for Spain, I think it's 4 to
I know
yeah.
in Spain right now it's 10 p.m. Spain and Germany and France and Italy, it's 10 p.m. at this time. So,
Yeah, three,
you?
3 hours.
Yeah. All right. So how was your work day?
It was productive.
Uh-huh.
Yes, a little bit tired because I had a lot of meetings, but
Mm-hmm.
it's very productive today.
Good. All right. Hi, David. How are you?
You are muted.
I think he's muted or can't hear you.
I can hear.
So, no, yeah, but yeah, my work day has just started. This is my first class, and I'll go until 10 tonight or 11 tonight. So, um,
11.
yeah, I'll have like this class and another class. Then I'll have a break, a small break, and then I'll have another class at my 6 o'clock. So you're like 11 or 12, and then I'll have some other projects, and then I'll do my final class at 11. So yeah, but
Yeah, but I think I should say it's easy. You are used to do it. Like
and I haven't decided whether I like mornings, evenings, or nights, but I think that I'm going to stick with evenings. I think because I don't like waking up in the mornings, and so David, we still can't hear you, so just let us know when you want to try. So hello, I like the fact that everybody's on video today.
yeah.
So and let's see, we've got Sergio and David and ma'am, what is your name?
Christine.
Is it Christine?
Christine.
Christine? Can you speak?
Yep.
Oh, hi. How are you, Christina? I like it how
Hi,
you're,
how are
you're all
you?
on video. So, how are you doing, Christina?
Fine, thank you.
And where are you calling from?
I'm from Madrid, from Spain.
Spain. And is it 10 p.m. there?
It's 10 p.m. here. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So, cool. All right. All right. Well, and we have David, but he's having audio problems, so I can't hear him yet. And then we have Sergio, and Sergio's from Brazil. So, but I like how you guys are all on video. This is great. Most of the time we're not. So, um, so, so Christina, where in Spain are you at?
Sorry?
Are you in Madrid or Barcelona
Yeah,
or?
yeah, Madrid. I'm from Madrid.
And is Madrid the warm part? Is it southern Spain or is it closer to the mountains?
Sorry, it's close to the what?
To the mountains. What part? Is it northern Spain or southern Spain?
No, it's in the center.
It's in the central part of Spain. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. Is it cold yet there, or are you still very warm?
No, it's not too much warm, but it's a little bit cold now. Not too
Okay.
much.
Okay. And Sergio, what's the weather like right now in Brazil? Okay. And okay, David, we can hear something.
I don't know. Can you hear me now? Or
Yeah,
not?
it's a little muffled, but we can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
hello.
yeah. That's
Hello.
better. Like right now in Brazil?
Brazil, yeah?
Right now,
Sergio?
okay, the weather here is really, really hot.
Oh.
It's the beginning of the summer. During the day, we can get 38, 40 degrees
Ooh.
Celsius.
Oh,
But
that's too
now
hot
it's
for me.
going down and around 26 now.
Okay. And David, where are you calling from?
I'm from Spain, and in the
Spain.
south of Spain. Yes.
Okay. And what's the weather like right now in southern Spain?
Yes, as well. It's a bit better, like Madrid, for example.
Okay. All right. And I'm in Idaho, and right now yesterday I wore my jacket for the first time, and it was probably about 15 degrees. So it's not hot, but it's not bad at all. Hi, Miguel. How are you? Welcome.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes.
Okay, I join this moment. I hear you. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. What about you, Colin?
Very good, Miguel. And you're calling from Spain as well, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so we've got Christina from Spain, David from Spain, Miguel from
Yes.
Spain, and Sergio from
Now,
Brazil. So it's not a complete Spain class. So,
pero puedo hablar español tranquilamente.
Okay.
Sergio, you can speak Spanish. So
Yes,
I'm
I
the
can.
only one that can't.
Multilingual.
Yeah, I can say gracias. I can say thank you in a
Good.
lot of languages, but I can't say thank you in Portuguese, so that doesn't work. So,
Obrigado.
obrigado. I've heard that. I've heard it.
Obrigado. Yeah.
Obrigado. Hi, Jose.
Hello, Holly.
Hi, how are you today?
Fine. Thank you, fine.
Good. Well, so remind me, where are you from, Jose?
I'm from Spain.
Spain. Okay, we've got four
wow.
Spain. This is a
The
Spain class.
Brazilian guys. Welcome to Brazil.
It was probably about 5 weeks ago that I had a class, and there was about 7 or 8 people there, and every one of them were from Brazil. No one else came. It was
I was
complete.
there.
Were you there in that one, Sergio? It was so strange for everybody because it's not normal. But so I learned in Spain that you guys all eat dinner about 10 o'clock. Have you guys already eaten dinner, or will you eat dinner after this class?
Okay.
So Christina,
Alright.
I already dinner.
You already had dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I had dinner before. Yes.
I have dinner before this class.
Before this class. Yeah, because in my country, we have dinner between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. And so when I heard that people had dinner at 10 p.m., I'm like, really? I was shocked. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. But anyway, okay. Well, this class today is on. We're going to do phrasal verbs. We're going to start out with phrasal verbs having to do with off. So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. So and then we'll try to have the goal is to try to talk as much as possible about this. And so first of all, the topic is we are off. What do you think the title means? Christina, can you guess, what do you think the title means, we are off?
We are off is like we are out or we are not here.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
And that's one guess. David, what do you think it means? Yeah. You might be right.
We are off as it's close, it's out, is I don't know really.
Okay, it's similar to what Christina said, we are not here. Okay. And Jose, what do you think the title means?
Is out. Is close.
It's close. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so let's see, Miguel, what's your guess on the title?
Yes, we're explaining. I think it's a lot of possibilities of the like is off, for example, or we are off in the work, we are not working. I think it's a lot of possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
But to phrasal verbs, we are always we are not working.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we are off. We are closed. What's your guess, Sergio?
Yeah, I think the is I use put this in my profile when I'm vacation in my vacation on. Instead of put vacation on, I put I'm off.
I'm off. Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not available. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm off.
And you guys are pretty much right. When you're off, we are off work, for example. We are off. When I was thinking of this, when I read this, what do you think the title means? What I thought of is very similar, but it's more like we are not just we are off on vacation, but we have just left. So we are if you say we are off off on our adventure. So we're taking off. So very similar. It's all of us are right. So it does depend on how it's used in the sentence. So we have 5 different phrasal verbs here, all of them with off. We have off color, off limits, off the record, off the beaten path, and off the cuff. Okay, have any of you guys ever heard any of these? Off color, off limits. Anybody? Okay, so this is what we're going to actually practice these today. Let's go ahead and see if we can match these words with in these and put these in the sentences. So Sergio, can you try number 1?
Okay, number 1. For his summer vacation, Tom wants to go somewhere off. Summer vacation, somewhere. Off limits or off the beaten path?
You're right. I mean, I know this was all a guess. Since nobody knows these. So Tom wants to go somewhere off the beaten path. So instead of going somewhere where everyone goes. So a question for you, Sergio. In Brazil, when people go on vacation, when people go somewhere, where do they usually go?
In Brazil?
Mm-hmm. For your if they go on vacation, like do they go to Florida or do they go to?
Okay, I'm living in Rio now, and for who those living here in Rio, maybe not, but for those living in São Paulo or the south part of Brazil, maybe cold than here. They usually go to northeast. It's like a Brazilian Florida.
Okay. So, and David, for people in Spain, if people go on holiday, is there a specific place that a lot of families will go or a lot of people will go?
Usually in summer, for example,
Yeah.
Spain has a lot of coast. Okay, people
Mhm.
usually goes to the beach.
Up to
Okay,
the beach. Okay.
north or out of Madrid. Okay, out of the place of Cristina.
Okay, away from.
North of Spain, east of
Uh-huh.
Spain, or out or south of Spain.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Usually, there are a lot of people that likes the country, for example. But I think normally is go to beach. Go to beach.
okay. So the normal would everybody else from Spain agree with David? Most people go to the coast, go to the beach. Okay, so if you want to go off the beaten path, you go somewhere where people don't go. So, for example, when I lived in Finland, the real popular place for people to go for Finns to go during the winter time for vacation was to Spain. You know, what is the warmest place in Spain? Malaga? I can't remember, but it was very popular for people to travel to Spain.
Sí, Málaga, Barcelona.
Yeah, yeah. So it was very popular. So people, if they went off the beaten path, they would go somewhere else. They wouldn't go to Spain. So I had one student one year. He was an attorney. Every year he would go to Spain, but one year he decided to go off the beaten path and he went to Rio. So he went to Brazil so, for vacation. So, but if you go off the beaten path, you go somewhere where most people do not go. Okay.
Mhm.
So the next one, number 2. Christina, could you read this one?
Yes, Sarah will only talk about the problem of the record.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to say anything.
Okay. So this has to do with journalists. So if somebody from the newspaper asks you a question, you don't want to tell them officially, so you say something off the record. You talk off the record.
It's like not official.
It's unofficial.
Okay.
Yeah. So the journalist or the person in the newspaper will say, "Well, I heard this, but it's off the record." They won't say where they got the information. So, okay, number 3. Miguel, could you read that one?
Yes, our CEO keeps making up. One moment. Comments to journalists. I wish he'd think before speaking. CEO keeps making up. Limits. I don't know.
Okay, this one is probably the most strange one because maybe you guys have never heard it before. But off-the-cuff comments. Off-the-cuff comments are comments that are not official. So if a politician makes an off-the-cuff comment, maybe the politician will lose his job. So the cuff comment is usually a bad public relations comment. Does that make sense?
I don't understand exactly
Okay.
the
Okay.
meaning.
Yeah. If you say something off the cuff, it's basically an off the cuff comment is a comment that is not prepared. It's not. Many times the CEO, if the CEO says something that is not approved
Yes, yes.
by the
Okay.
PR. So if you hear a CEO say something that is off the cuff, maybe it is not going to happen because he has not gotten approval. Or a politician could say something off the cuff, and it could become a so it's something that is not maybe not approved from the public relations department.
Okay, okay, I understand.
Christina, did you have a question?
No.
Somebody? Okay. Okay. Next one, number 4. David, could you read this one?
You are looking a bit of color.
Yes.
I can see the C. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of I wrote that. I went, wait a minute.
Are you feeling all right? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So if you see somebody and you think they are looking tired or they don't feel well, you can say you were looking a bit off color. Are you feeling all right? Or you can say, I just don't feel. I feel off color today. You know. So if you're not feeling well, you can say, I feel off color.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one I think is the easiest one to understand. Okay, number 5, Jose.
The R&D building has very high security. It is off limits to everyone without an electronic passkey.
Yeah, and this one I think is the most common, isn't it? Has everybody heard off limits? If something is off limits, people cannot go to it. No entry. So, okay. So what we're going to do next is, first thing we're going to do is practice these a little, and then we're going to have a discussion about these. Okay. Let's match the meaning to the idiom. So write the number from exercise 2. So number 1, what is to look or feel unwell?
Of color, no?
Off color, yes. Off color. Off color. And then what is to be forbidden?
Off limits.
Off limits, perfect. Thanks, Miguel. Okay, what is to say something without thinking beforehand?
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff, yes. There have been many CEOs who've gotten in trouble for doing that. What is a place where few people go?
The beaten path.
Off the beaten path, okay. And then what is off record? Oh, excuse me. What is to say something privately that's off record? Off the record. Okay, so we're gonna practice these again and then discuss this. And number 1, Jose. Is it Jose or Jose? Jose.
Jose.
Jose. Okay. Jose, could you read number 1 for me?
My boss told me of the record that I'm in line for a promotion, no?
Okay.
Okay.
That one, it's either off the record or off the cuff. Let me look. Yeah, it is off the record, yeah.
It's off the record?
Off the record, yep.
Okay.
It is right, but I was thinking, well, it could be. You could also tell someone off the cuff that they're in line for a promotion, and then they don't get the promotion. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2, Christina, could you read that one?
Yeah, I'm sorry I described you as stupid. It was a silly of the cuff comment and an apologize.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's would be terrible if you were described as stupid. So, okay. Number 3, Miguel.
John looks a bit of color. Maybe it's because of those hosties he had for lunch.
Okay. So in this one we say oysters in English. Oysters.
Wasted. What mean this word is
Wait, okay. Oysters are actually probably quite common in Spain, I'm guessing. Having never been to Spain, I don't know. But let me show you on Google Images really quick what an oyster is.
okay.
Are these
Yes.
common in Spain?
Yes, very common.
Okay, that's what I thought. I personally have never had oysters. Are they good?
Yes, it's nice.
Okay.
Depend for midnight.
Okay. Have you are they served in Brazil as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're in the States, they're not that common. I guess you can go someplace like seafood restaurants possibly and get oysters. I just have never had it. So, okay, David, could you read number 4?
Okay, Tim told his parents that his bedroom was off limits. He doesn't want anybody coming in.
Okay, of course, I'm not a parent, but if I were a parent and my child said that, then first thing I would do is go into the room.
Yes.
So, number 5, Sergio.
Okay. Number 5. Sarah has a vacation home off the beaten path. It is really peaceful there.
Okay.
Nobody there.
Yeah, no one was there. Vacation home. Oh, vacation home off the beaten path. So yeah, very few people are there. So it's when you go to, a cabin up in the mountains and no one's there. So, okay. So let's start. Let's ask and answer these questions. Miguel, do you like to go somewhere off the beaten path for your holidays?
Well, normally yes, but depend. Sometimes I prefer a popular place, but normally I think I prefer
Okay.
to go for a beaten path
Uh-huh.
for holiday.
So you prefer to go off the beaten path on your
Yes.
holiday? Okay. How about you, Christina?
Yes, about the first question?
Yeah, first question, yeah.
Well, it depends as well. Sometimes I'm going to the north of Spain. There are less people, but in the summer I would like to go to the south of Spain, and there are a lot of people there.
Okay, so when you go to in northern Spain, there's fewer people, so it's off the beaten path and so
Yeah.
forth. Are there places in Spain where you can go and there's like no one?
No one?
Yeah.
Well, you could go to the little I don't know, little town.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there you have a little house, very rustic. Maybe
Uh-huh.
there is really off the beaten path.
Very off the beaten path. Okay, so it is possible to do that. Okay. All right. And how about you, David? Do you like to travel off the beaten path? Or do you go to popular?
I don't usually go to a place of the beaten path, really. I like people. I like amount of people in my holidays, for example. Yes, no,
Mhm.
I don't usually go.
No, quick question, David. Are you the David that is actually from Italy and you do business in London?
Excuse me?
Are you the David who is you live in Spain but you're from Italy? No, you're
Uh,
not. Okay. There's a David that at Verbling who is from Italy but he lives in Spain. That's not you.
family?
From
Sorry,
Italy.
I can't understand.
No worries, it's not you. So, okay, so you like to go places. Where did you go on your last holiday?
My last holiday this summer, for example.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember now. Incredible. Yes, I know. I went near of Seville. I went Cadiz, a place near of Seville, with beach, with a lot of people,
Uh-huh.
to eating and drinking very well. Very
Uh-huh. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right.
okay.
Jose, how about you? Do you like to travel off the beaten path?
I don't like to go somewhere of the Vicent because I have two sons and I go where there are a lot of people.
Okay.
Normally to the beach.
Okay. And Sergio, how about you? Do you travel off the beaten path?
No, definitely not. My job is enough work
Okay.
as a home office, so I need to see, I need to have contact with
Okay.
people.
So because you work from home, it's when you're on holiday, you want to be around a lot of people
Yeah.
and so forth. Okay. Yeah, and I love to go off the beaten path. I absolutely love to go in the mountains and get lost and be in small towns and
Get lost? Wow.
I love to get lost. Of course, I love to get lost in big cities as well, because then if you get lost, then you find where you're going. You get your you find yourself find things easy. So it's anyway. Okay, so Christina, when did you last feel a bit off color? And what was wrong with you? Okay, you're muted. Christina?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no worries.
I couldn't unlock the. I don't remember. Maybe when I have my second children, because
Second
I
child.
lost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I lost too much. I don't remember name.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
I lost too much. I don't remember.
Okay. So
So when I have my second children in the hospital, I lost too much.
okay. So when you had your second child, and unless you had, did you have twins when you the second birth?
No. I this is the second one.
Just one. Okay, so it was when I had my second child. Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah. I
okay.
lost too much blood.
Okay, lost too much blood. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is your child? How old are
Well,
you?
the old one has 3 years old, and the little one just 1 year.
1 year old. Okay, awesome. All right, Sergio, when did you last feel a bit off color? What was wrong with you?
Well, my last time I feel a bit of color was maybe 2 years or more ago.
Really?
When I got a flu or some kind cold, and maybe it was
Yeah, okay.
2 years or more.
So so you're very healthy to um to not be sick all that often. How about you, Miguel? When did you last feel a bit off color?
I don't remember because a lot of time ago, fortunately, I don't have a problem of the health,
Oh,
but
awesome.
but it's possible sometimes you have a bad day. Or I don't know,
Mhm.
but I don't remember with, for example, I eat something wrong and produce me to stay of color.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay.
One question, Holly. I put a thing in the chat. Do you see? Because in United Kingdom is a is uh, is track, yeah, and you sorry. In
Uh,
United Kingdom is beaten track of the beaten track.
Off the beaten track, and also off the beaten track, off the beaten path, or both of
Yeah,
them are the same. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's different depend the country.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And I wasn't even aware that this is actually American English. So
Yes, yes, yes.
because so much of the material I use is British English. So, um, yeah, good one though. So, David, how about you? When was the last time you felt a bit off color?
Okay, lately, every day, I think, because I wake up a lot of early and I arrive home later, very
Hmm.
later, okay?
So
And
not
when I
enough
arrive
sleep.
home, I'm a bit of colors every day, I think.
Hmm. Okay. So stressful day and so forth. Okay.
Yes, lately, it's more usually that I wanted, okay? That
Hmm. Yeah.
okay, I have to change.
Hmm. You have to change your life a little.
Yes.
Jose, how about you?
I think that it was the last summer. I was running 12 kilometers. When I finished it, I feel a bit of color.
So instead of because it was last summer, I felt
I
a bit,
felt
felt a bit
I
less.
felt a bit of color.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm more similar to David. For me it's not every day, but I would say uh, uh, I'll probably for me it has more to do with the fact that if I don't sleep enough at night, then I feel off color the next day. So, you know, uh, a bit off color. I don't completely get sick, but I'm off color um, and not always nice. So, um, all right. So, Miguel, is there anywhere near where you live that is off limits to the general public?
Of limit was depends several places forbidden to general public, but a particular thing, pues, particular thing. mm, I don't know what thing in concrete, but it's several places not for, is forbidden for general public, but a particular place, I don't know in this moment.
Okay. You can't think of any particular place.
Yeah, I don't. Anyway.
All right. How about Christina? How about in your area of Spain? Is there any place that, near where you live that is off limits to the general public?
Oh, there are some parks. There are
Uh-huh.
that just open some hours during the day. But for
Uh-huh.
example, during the night, you can go inside the park.
Okay, so it's off limits after hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sergio, how about you in Brazil?
Okay. Well, here in Rio, I think maybe I couldn't say off limits, but yes, on Sundays there's some place the government, the police close the street, and everybody can do what they want to do. Of course, respect the limits. So I could say off limits, but in general, they can play, run a bike or run, play soccer, whatever.
Okay. All right. And David, how about you?
I don't know, in Spain. Well, my bathroom, for example, sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Your bathroom is definitely my bathroom is definitely off limits. And Jose, how about you?
In my country, I don't know anywhere near where I live that is off limits to the general public.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know.
The things I can think of are for me. Well, for example, just down the street we have a potato plant, a factory where potatoes are. They actually make the French fries for McDonald's, and that's off limits. You know, most companies, unless you have a pass, is off limits. And then the other one I thought of is. I live near Boise, which has a state capitol building, and you go there, and half the offices there are off limits to the general public. So probably, especially now, because yesterday was election day in the U.S. So not everybody's happy with the outcome. So all right, next one. Jose, have you ever regretted saying something off the cuff? What happened?
Yes, for example, when I argue with my doctor or with my son.
Okay.
After I don't feel well.
Because you've said something off the cuff and something. Okay, awesome. Okay, Christina, how about you? Have you ever regretted saying something off the cuff?
Oh, I don't remember a situation. But maybe as well in any argument, you think something without thinking about it, or maybe in an argument.
Okay, maybe in an argument where you say things without thinking. Yeah. Okay. Sergio, can you think of time you have regretted saying something off the cuff?
Yes, I think when I start in here and in BlackBerry, I don't say, but I wrote a mail saying yes, the campaign will continue. That this wasn't approved yet at this time.
Oh.
And yeah, and when I just like this would be just for off, like another expression, for official. Yeah, but somebody sent this mail for the director for the company, and okay, this is official. And then my boss said, "Oh, who's gave their authorization for this?" And I said, "Okay, I'm not. But look this mail." And then yeah, the totally rage. And after that, I always waiting for, okay, this is official. Yeah, official. So
yeah, because even though you know some information, you learned that you have to wait for them to say it's going to happen, especially the clients, right? All right.
Yeah.
Miguel, how about you? Have you ever regretted saying something off the cuff?
Well, I suppose this is common in days. I think, for example, in Spain, it's common in politics speak off the cuff.
Yeah.
Speak a lot if I have no knowledge about they are speaking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And David, how about you? Have you ever regretted saying something off the cuff? What happened?
Okay, usually in arguments with my wife, for example, you are nervous and you say something usually terrible, and after that you regret a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, but now it's normal. So.
Uh-huh. That's what Christina said. I said something last week to somebody. My parents. My mom lives in an apartment community and a very close knit group of neighbors. And some of the neighbors have decided that my dog is a killer dog, and I said something off the cuff to a lady who had been spreading rumors that my dog was a killer dog, and I said it off the cuff, and now the lady's all upset and all hurt and so forth, and I'm like, I'm not sure I regret it though, so because my dog is like my boy, my baby, so. Anyway, next one. Can you tell your partner something about you off the record? Why? I don't understand this. We're gonna move on because I don't understand what that really is. Can you tell? Can you tell? No, we're not going to tell each other anything off the record because this class is being recorded. So sorry, nothing off the record. Be careful what you say to verbally in class. So, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do what I call a guided free discussion. And so what I want you guys to do is ask and answer questions. You can ask some. I just thought maybe we would choose something fairly easy. Try to use some of the idioms that we have learned today. You know, off the record, off limits, off the beaten path, if you can. No worries if you can't, because this is just English practice. One thing to remember in English. Not in English. This is just in everything. Bear with me. I'm going to quickly write something. One thing to remember when you ask a question to somebody, this is just a tip. You answer the question. You add a little extra information. For example, somebody says, "How was your weekend?" You would say, "I had a great weekend. I went shopping," and then you ask the question back. Okay, that way we can, if we practice this, we can actually have more or less a two-sided conversation. So maybe by saying, "How about you?" How about you? So, for example, somebody asks, "What hobbies do you have?" You can answer it, you add information, and then you turn around and say, "And how about you? What hobbies do you have?" Okay, so we can have this a little bit two-sided. So Sergio, could you start? Could you ask one of these questions to somebody?
Yes, I can.
Very simple topic, I believe.
Well, okay. I want to ask David. Hi, David. What are you gonna do this weekend? Anything off limits?
Good question.
Well, yes, a bit off limits. I have been in a little town in Malaga. Yes, I have been a great weekend with my family, my grandmother, mother. Very well, thank you. What about you?
Yeah, awesome. Well, about me, I wanna go play soccer in the beach, and yeah, maybe after this game, I'm gonna drink some beers with my friends, and maybe we're gonna talk off the limits.
Okay. So will you go
Okay.
anywhere off limits when you do that? Okay.
I would like to go Brazil after limits too.
All right.
Welcome, man.
That's great. Okay. So David, could you ask somebody a question?
Okay. Mikkel, what hobbies do you have?
Hello. My hobbies is normal hobbies. I like a lot playing sport, especially tennis. I like a lot. The other thing, pues, go friends to dinner, a lot of things, or a lot of noise. Sometimes reading a little, relaxing, watching a movie. I think normally, and to go to the beach with friends, especially to land, it's nice in Valencia.
Ah, in Valencia. Okay, perfect.
What about you, David?
Okay. I don't have any free time, but I like doing a bit of sport at night, for example, running or biking. And the weekends, I like a lot go for a drink with my friends. Okay, a bit of talking about a lot of ways. Okay.
Nice.
Miguel, could you ask a question?
For example, Christina, what do you like to in your free time? What do you like? No. How do you how do you like spend your free time?
Well, I work a lot, so in my free time, uh, just some hours during the day, I would like to stay with my children and with my husband. Just nothing of the limits. What about you?
Yes, I explained before. Go with a friend is nice, and like a lot of playing sports. Run, playing tennis is good for me. Relaxing.
Have any of you guys ever played Padel?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. I just learned about it. Is it very popular?
in Spain it's popular. It's very popular.
Okay. Because I just I think it was somebody last week from Spain was telling me about this sport, and I of course I looked it up, and I was very intrigued. So
Yeah, it's
Is it-
it's like tennis, but you are in a small you have field
uh-huh.
and you have
Small
different walls.
court. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have different walls.
Mhm.
Um, and this is more quickly and more funny, I think.
Mhm.
Tennis.
Yeah. I wonder if they have them around here. I'm kind of interested. But yeah, is it a sport that was started in Spain?
I think no, I think it's more it's from Argentina.
Have you heard of it, Sergio?
Which one? I'm sorry.
It's a sport called padel.
Ah, yeah. It's
So it
really,
is common.
yeah, common here. No.
Okay, I need to look it up and see if it's common here in the U.S. So, okay. All right, Christina, could you ask a question?
Okay. Okay. To Jose. What do you really hate having in your free time?
In my free time, I ate. I ate. Go shopping. I ate go shopping.
So I hate to go shopping,
To
or I
go
hate
shopping.
going shopping.
I ate going shopping or to go shopping.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
prefer stay with my family.
So is this a grocery shopping or clothes shopping?
Grocery shopping.
Okay. Yeah. And then you would say, how about you?
How about you?
Well, in my free time, I think I ate. I don't know, maybe cooking. I prefer go to the restaurant.
Hmm. Are restaurants cheap in Spain, or are they expensive?
It depends.
No, expensive.
No, there are no expensive in Spain. You have different kind of restaurants.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You have really cheaper. So you can eat a little sandwich for €1 or $1, and maybe you can go on a big restaurant with a high level.
Okay.
It's like in
Depend
United
on the restaurant. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. With small children, Christina, do you end up? I mean, has your lifestyle completely changed after you had the kids 3 years ago?
Sorry?
Do you go? Do you still go to the same restaurants that you went to before you had the children?
No. I will like, but now we are just we go to the maybe with them we go to the McDonald's or we eat a pizza, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
But in the summer it's more easy here in Spain because we can go into different terraces outside the restaurant, and it's easy to go with the children.
Okay. All right. Okay. And Jose, could you ask one last question? Maybe to Sergio.
Sergio.
Yeah.
What do you do on Saturdays?
What do I do? On Saturdays, I usually run on the beach, and I make a resume for my studies, like Spanish, Russian, and English. Yeah, and take some time relaxing. Yeah.
So you're learning Spanish and Russian?
Yeah.
And English. Oh, English you know pretty well, but Spanish and Russian, wow. So.
But in Russian, I'm really beginner.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. It looks like we're out of time. I appreciate your participation. I hope you learned some new words. And remember, if something's off limits, stay away. Yeah, please go travel on the. If you want to travel with no people, you go on off the beaten path, and you're totally fine. So, thank you very much. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much. Bye.